I'm Lark Birdsong with the Information Literacy Initiative at the University of Washington's Information School. We're here for Searcher Magazine and Information Today. My two assistants are...
I'm Kristen Greenland.
And I'm Erin Sterling, and we're both students at the University of Washington Information School.
Today, Mark and Eric are going to help us understand just what DOK Library Concept Center is.
My name is Mark. I'm a manager of communication and marketing at DOK Library Center. We're going to take you in, tell you a bit about our history, about the challenges that we face. And I'm here with my colleague Eric.
My name is Eric Boekenstein, working at the Science and Innovation Department of DOK, the Library Concept Center, as you can see. And we are very excited to have you here today and to show you our library. I say let's waste no time and go inside and see what's happening there.
One of the things we've heard about the DOK Library Concept Center is just how great they are with the digital services. So we're going to focus on this series on some digital services that DOK has, and we'll leave it to Eric and Mark to explain.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Lark. Well, DOK is, like I said, a concept center, and that gives us the obligation to come up with ideas that may be used in other libraries. Digitization is important. Other ways of sharing your collection with people is very important and will be more important in the future. We're sitting at one of the examples here. Mark, maybe you can show something. This is the Microsoft Service table, and we bought the table with the toolkit, which enabled us, or I must say, a student, Koen Rotteveel, who designed an application for this table, to make information available from the city of Delft, so local information to people who come to the library. Mark, can you say anything about it?
We have a library card here, which what we try to do here at DOK in Delft is have one library card for each user that we have. It's easy to lend CDs, DVDs, books, even art in our DOK Library Concept Center. And at the same time, trying to figure out what we can bring to extra value to this card. There could be cheaper tickets at movie theaters nearby, local relevance. But at the same time, the table where we're sitting now, it's easy to put your card here. It will see who you are. It will tell me now that I'm Mark, and it will know where I live. So for me, easy to search, and it will give me the option to, for example, look at photos of my street, going back to the 1920s even. Getting them back from a local heritage collection that's in Delft, which we had made a connection with. It's possible to be here with multiple people at the same time. So I think the community part of this is important. Grandfathers coming in with their grandchildren, showing where they used to live, having the meeting space here in DOK Library. Because most of the part of the digital services are moving online, bringing it to people at home. We're also looking at what we can do in-house in our physical space to have digital projects, getting people here to come together, talk about old photos. Maybe can Eric tell you something about a similar project that we're working on, which is DOK Agora, which is based around the same idea.
Yes, well, like I said, and like Mark said, this is photographs of your street. You can go to a map, and you have like an open source map here. You can go to other streets, and we already experienced in the library that people discussed the stories behind their street. People would sit together and say, "Oh, but in the 60s I lived here," and all sort of stories would arise. And coming back to Agora, what Mark mentioned, Agora is going to be a story wall in the library. We're going to build a wall that's like 10 meters wide and sky high, and it's going to be all 32 television screens, and it's going to be stories that we design the framework for. So, for instance, we make like a video of a very old factory in Delft, and make some do some interviews, have some stories behind it. But the purpose is that the customers who come to the library, who may know people who have worked there, their parents or whatever, that they add content to the screen. So this exposition of your town will grow by the day. We have special video booths that they can record themselves telling their story. They can put themselves as a silver screen in a certain background that they choose. So it's really local stories brought to the exposition wall. Another project that we're making for libraries right now is digital is Thank You. Thank You is a downloading device that you can put in your library, but also at railway stations or hospitals that gives high quality content, like articles from a local or a national newspaper, a magazine, but also your library catalog, what's on, what lectures are on, what readings are on, what fun stuff is there to do in the library. You have the library magazine. Valid content that you can download to your telephone, so your cell phone. So you can, at the railway station, if you're waiting for a train, you can choose, I want to download the library magazine or an Audible book or whatever. You put it on your phone and you can listen to it or watch it while you're driving or traveling.
Are those in, is that in Amsterdam and Rotterdam and Delft? Is it all throughout the Netherlands?
No, we're designing it here right now. And the purpose is the Thank You. At first we're going to make 10. And the different one, the 10, will be divided among the libraries in the Netherlands that are interested. And after that, I even heard that's international interest from Columbus, Ohio, to maybe have one later on this year or next year.
That's great.